The psychology of anxiety. In psychology, anxiety is defined as a future-oriented emotion characterized by apprehension and physical tension. While occasional anxiety is normal, productive response to perceived threats, clinical anxiety involves chronic, excessive worry that disrupts daily life and relationships. So the psychology of anxiety, cognitive perspective, focuses on how individuals process information. People prone to anxiety often exhibit cognitive distortions that can catastrophize things, overestimate dangers, and be hypervigilant, constantly scanning their environment for perceived threats. Biological perspective views anxiety as a survival mechanism driven by the fight or flight response. When triggered, the nervous system floods the body with adrenaline and cortisol, resulting in psychological, physiological even, symptoms like a racing heart, muscle tension, and shallow breathing. Behavioural perspective explains anxiety through conditioning and avoidance. When a person avoids anxiety triggering situations, they experience temporary relief, which negatively reinforces the anxiety, making it stronger over time. Anxiety is a type of fear we feel around things such as health, finances, and relationships, and is a normal issue for a lot of people. Anxiety symptoms can be described as ongoing feelings of dread about something going wrong in the present or future. It can also be about something that went wrong in the past. When anxiety lasts for a long time, it can disrupt everyday life, such as the ability to sleep, concentrate, and socialise. It can also lead to believe that you're unable to cope with daily tasks, holding you back from enjoying life and creating a cycle where anxiety becomes worse and affects your mental health. Long-term anxiety and fear can be overwhelming, especially if you don't know why you're experiencing them or if they feel out of proportion to the situation. If fear and anxiety are affecting your daily life, speak to a mental health professional for support and advice. In the meantime, there are practical anxiety relief actions you can take to cope with your fears. If you notice anxiety starting to build, you can stop it from taking over by managing it in the moments. One way of doing this is practicing 1-minute mindfulness. It's a great way to quickly and easily reset your mind and body. Try to find a comfortable place to sit or stand or lie down. Pay attention to the sensations in your body. Concentrate on your breathing and notice how the feelings in your body change in response. When you feel yourself, something starting to happen, stop, take a deep breath. What's going on? What am I thinking? What am I feeling? Another useful way of managing your anxiety in the moment is to keep a list of statements or reminders about yourself to hand. Make these statements meaningful to you. Take that step back, take that breath. What's going on? And look at it in a calm way. Face your fear if you can. Testing your fears and whether the situation is as bad as you expect gives you the chance to see anxiety for what it is and build confidence. Sometimes we fear things or anxious about things that we've no experience of. The unknown. And quite often, once we've experienced, it's not as bad as what we were anticipating. You can test your fears by setting small, achievable goals. For example, if you have social anxiety, you could reduce fear by smiling at people as you pass them. Then as your comfort levels increase, you can build up to bigger tasks. Good morning. Hello. Asking questions or starting a conversation with somebody in the queue in a shop, example. After you attempt each small goal, try writing down what went well and what happened compared to your fears. Many people judge themselves for feeling anxious, but it's a normal emotion. So you don't have to deal with it alone. You know, we've all been anxious. I said this in a previous video. We've all been anxious about something. Don't judge yourself. Talk about your anxiety to people. It can help actually reduce the anxiety. Even if you talk to someone who you find you can confide in about your anxiety and you don't know what it's caused by, just talking about it, you may be able to discover what is causing it. So try and open up to your loved ones, to your close friends, to be able to speak about it. It also helps to give them an understanding of behaviours. You know, when people are anxious and they might not want to go out. They might not want to go out to meet their friends that night because they're having a panic attack or they're having a whatever due to anxiety. It helps people understand also. And good friends, you know, your family, good friends, good people want to understand because they're able to support you better. Enlist them to do physical activity, go for walks, do you know, get the fresh air, bit of grounding, join a yoga class, something that gets you out of the house, out of your funk, out of whatever, get some fresh air, get some physical activity in. Your body needs it. Find ways to relax. When we're anxious, we may not realise that we're not taking any downtime. We're not chilling. We're not resting. Finding meaningful ways to relax can be an enjoyable method. You know, even if it's just pamper myself. A bubble bath, candles, you know, treating the body well, treating your mind well, reading a good book, watching a good movie, doing a bit of mindful meditation, whatever it might be. Something we enjoy even. You know, take a chair. We've had some lovely weather. It's turned a bit at the moment, but you know, when the sun's out, take a chair outside, get some air, get some sun, read a book, listen to a podcast in your pods, close your eyes and just breathe. Find ways to relax. So I hope you found that information helpful. Me and Auntie Karen will be having a pod discussion soon around the topic of anxiety. If you'd like to share your experience, email us at cafesoulpod@gmail.com.